Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to The Dish with Chase and Ben. My name is Chase. Your name is Ben.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Chase. How's it going today, Chadwick?
Going really well for me.
That's
you.
awesome. You worked today. How was your day at work?
It was busy and it was good. Everybody was kind and generous.
Love that for everybody.
It was the best. What about you?
It's nice. I had such a lazy day today. It was ridiculous. Lazy to the point where now I'm like tired and I'm like, you didn't do anything today. You're not allowed to be tired. All I did today was I was supposed to finish cleaning my bedroom. Yesterday I got together and I was like, I got to clean my whole house. I cleaned my whole house besides my bedroom. And then I went to clean my bedroom and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'll do it tomorrow. Did I do it today? Absolutely not. So I'll probably do that when I get home tonight. I'm not going to vacuum because that would be
A little
shitty.
midnight clean.
Yeah, I just have to like fold laundry and stuff. But yeah, I just sat around, played video games, and finished watching a television show that my best friend suggested for me to watch. It's called The Consultant, and it's on Prime Video. Is that just what it's called? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Prime Video. It was good. I love Christoph Waltz. He's an incredible person.
Christoph Waltz is the man always.
He's such a great actor, even when he's creepy and gross and nasty.
Great in everything.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a thing that I don't like him in. But yeah. Well, today we're going to be talking about, first and foremost, before we're talking about anything, you can see that we have a little something in the middle of this table here. And we'll get into that a little bit more specifically later, but this is Scrabble. And we're going to be playing Scrabble, which is a game. Sometimes games are referred to as toys. And what's the movie that we're talking about today, Chadwick?
We're talking about the movie Toys. With Robin Williams. It was made in 1992, so it's kind of a classic now.
A classic that funny enough, I'd never heard of. I'd never seen. But I remember when I was looking at the DVD cover of like Robin Williams in the red hat, I was like, yeah. I absolutely have seen that movie at a Blockbuster before.
100%. Yeah.
And it was crazy how it was like immediate, like, yep, no, I've seen of that movie before. I've never heard, like, I never like watched it. I never heard of it, but I've seen it before and nothing ever clicked until we started watching it. And let me tell you, it was a tricky movie, man. It was weird.
I wouldn't say I would recommend that movie to anybody. It's not a bad movie. You'd have to be in a very specific mood to watch that movie. It's very artistic. It's ahead of its time, I would say, in that sense. It's very like visually artistic. There's a lot of... It honestly reminds me kind of the color scheme in like Space Odyssey. Like, yeah. There's like red furniture in a red room, and it's like the same red, and like things like that, where it's just like really unique, I would say. Like, it's very unique.
Visually incredible.
It's pretty. It's pretty. Like, it's definitely something, you wouldn't go into it like expecting this like great movie. It's definitely not that kind of movie. It's one of those like it's dated, and it's
dated in the best way though.
Yeah, it's good. It's weird. It's just a weird movie. Like, if you're wanting something that's a little odd and like artistic, upbeat but kind of dark at the same time, like, it's a good movie.
What's a good synopsis of the movie if you had to give it like a 1 or 2 sentence synopsis?
Synopsis would be Robin Williams' dad owns a toy factory and he dies. And he leaves the company to Robin Williams' uncle, who is a general in the military, who basically converts all the toys into weapons.
Which is
and
wild.
Robin Williams is basically trying to like get the company back from his uncle.
Yeah.
That's like the basis of this movie. So it's dark.
Crazy.
It's like not like super. It's really cool, but it's definitely pretty dark. So, like I said, it's definitely ahead of its time. It definitely, like, visually, I don't think it didn't do that well when it came out, I'm assuming, because, like, people aren't ready for that kind of stuff in the 90s, And the toys are really pretty.
They're, like, the most classic toys there can be.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're good. They're pretty toys. They're nostalgic looking.
Like proper, like, dolls and, like, balls and, like, just, like, shit, like... just really nostalgic and like classic looking. It was really
You could
cool.
say generic. Really,
Yeah.
you know, but in a
But before
charming
generic
way.
meant boring. It was
Yeah.
like generic, like you knew what you were getting, you know?
Yeah. I would say it's like a charming generic thing. Yeah, so anyways, like the toys are very nostalgic, very cool. It's like an acid trip. You're just like, it's super weird. The rooms in the toy factory, it's just crazy. It's just a crazy cool. It's cool. It is
kind
cool.
of like
Yeah.
like if what's his face? Who did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? The new one. What is that man's name?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Very Tim Burton. Like very Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Like really pastel, kind of
Right.
like dream-like.
It's-
Like Joan Cusack's bedroom is like like her bed is a giant. Is it a duck or
It's
a
a
swan?
duck, yeah.
It's a duck that opens up, and she's like laying in a duck, and then it's just so.
It's crazy.
It's a very like you know I'm not the one to condone drug use, but if you're trying to be recreational about it, pop some things and then watch that movie. It's wild.
Right. Which, you know, okay, so then this movie, of course, sparks something that I've always just kind of pondered.
Yeah.
And I've thought of for everyone that's listening too. You know, everybody has like that one toy. Mm-hmm. That one toy, that one with a bullet, right? That one that like, if you were an adult and you were like, shit, I really wish I had this toy still.
Yeah.
I'd be happy I owned it. I would be happy that I still have it in my possession. Your relationship with the toy would, of course, change right now as an adult.
Yeah, you're not necessarily playing with it.
Right, but it would still be a relationship.
Definitely.
In a way. You'd be almost like satisfied that you still are in possession of this toy.
Yeah.
Right? So that's something that I've always thought about because I have many of those toys.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough where like my parents saved the majority of my toys and gave them to me as an adult. So I actually do have the majority of my toys.
Which is
But
cool.
like I said, I encourage everyone listening, like, you know, think about that. Like, what is that toy? That one toy that like you just could not get sick of when you were pissed at your parents and you're like, I'm gonna run away from home. I'm gonna take blank with me. Me and blank are out of here. I'm taking.
I'm gonna wrap it up in a
taking him.
knapsack at the end of a
it's
stick
just
and I'm
us.
out.
It's just us against the world now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
that one toy that everyone has. You know.
Which, funny enough, for our last birthdays, we both kind of explored that a little bit.
Right.
And we ended up buying each other that toy.
Some childhood toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We have them here live in studio. I want you to present yours first.
Okay, well, my
Right
toy was given to me a long time ago by my dad, and it's made by Play School, which
Here
I
it
don't even know
comes.
if is a brand anymore. It's called Big Frank.
It's definitely not this cool anymore if it is still
It's
a
a
brand.
giant Frankenstein. And it's cool because, like, when you open its chest, he's got all these little gears, and you can, like, he's got tools in his head. You can take out the tools.
so
and then you
wild.
basically, you know, you're going to basically just, you know, let me see if I can get him to go. Let me see if I can get him to. Oh my God. Yeah, he talks. You can make his heart get crazy. There you go. I don't know if you could. You know,
Oh my gosh, I'm
and-
alive.
Yeah, so the Ben got me this one. It's the same exact one I had. It was actually like, again, it's one of those things where you're unwrapping a memory.
That's crazy.
That's what you're doing. You're not, you know, because, well, we'll get into it, but basically, yeah, it was a great gift, and he's a great guy. I'll put him right here. Look at him in the corner of the camera.
Had all of his parts, the batteries in it
Pristine-
still going.
pristine condition.
Like I feel like they definitely like just replaced the batteries before they shipped it to me, which was awesome.
Right. So then, of course, let me build you up for like 2 seconds.
Go right
'cause my
ahead.
gift, you know. Okay, so you know, I have this gift, and then so I'm like, you know, asking Ben, I'm like, you know, what is your favorite toy? He's like, oh man, you know, I used to have this toy. My parents got it for me. Like I loved it. I like it was the best. Like he told me the whole shebang story. You know, like whatever. And I'm like, all right, bet. Like you know, and I'm an eBay connoisseur. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna find that no problem. You know. So I go on eBay and it's like $12.
Yeah.
So it's like crappy as hell. Like it's like
Yeah.
one of those toys that like in your brain as a child, you're like, oh my, this is like the most technologically advanced thing I've ever seen in my whole
And
life.
trust and believe that's exactly how I acted.
Yeah,
when I got
100%.
it.
This is movie quality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is real. But then when you look at it as an adult, you're like, this is plastic, and this looks like you'd get this at Disney World. So, being the person that I am, I was like, okay, well, like, I'm going to get him this toy, but I'm going to get it on steroids. You know,
How
I'm
can
gonna
we get this better?
I'm going to get the adult version of this toy. And I did.
Which you
I
really
succeeded.
did.
Do you wanna maybe take the reins?
Should we? Yeah, let's pass it on over to me. So one Christmas, I'll get into the story a little bit later, but I got this toy and I just like lost my ass. I was so excited about it. It was the most crazy thing that's ever happened to me. I've gotten close to this reaction once or twice with a gift before, and I just could not believe it. So my gift that Chase got me for my birthday is right here. This is going to be tricky to show on camera, but this is Darth Maul's lightsaber from Episode 1, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Darth Maul is my favorite character in all of Star Wars, and this lightsaber, I got this like plastic one year for Christmas, and it was so cool. I played with it until it absolutely fell apart. It was my favorite thing in the world.
It was a flashlight with plastic on it.
Literally. Like, it was trash. So then Chase, being Chase, was like, okay, how can we get it like nowadays? So this is a NeoPixel, like full metal, like all the bells and whistles. Like, you swing it around, it makes noise. It has the NeoPixel blades, so you can, like, you know, do the tip drag, and like when you hit it against things, like where it gets hit lights up white, everything else is red. It has a bunch of different colors. It's actually really cool too, because this comes apart. And then I have 2 lightsabers, which is really fun. It was like, I could not believe it unwrapping this on my birthday, because
You couldn't even guess what it was.
no,
Usually they're so good at that.
I thought, like, at one point in time, I was like, maybe it's a lightsaber. And I was like, no way, dude. These are like hundreds of dollars. There's no way he's doing that to me. And then he did that to me. But it's so cool. There's just, like, I have videos of me, like, swinging around, bunch of different colors, like, out in a field.
Yeah.
And, like, just scaring the neighbors. But it's just so incredible. And I want to get so many more and just, like, have a collection of lightsabers, basically. And it's just... oh gosh, it literally brings me just as much joy as the what did you call it? The flashlight with plastic around it.
Totally.
And it's
this
just
is the adult.
Oh my
version.
gosh,
Plastic
I'm just obsessed
flashlight.
with it. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and I love it so much, and I display it in my home, and it's incredible. So this was my favorite toy growing up and right now, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so freaking sick. Obviously, it doesn't have the blades on it because that would be insane.
It'd
But
be like 7 or 8 feet long.
literally,
Yeah.
I think it's 8 feet. It's crazy.
It's wild.
So we're gonna set him right there. Awesome.
So, why do you think though that toy was your favorite toy? Like, what is so good about that toy to you? Back in the day, if you could remember. If you could remember.
Well, I literally remember this day. We have me unwrapping that toy on film. My parents used to record a lot when we were kids, and funny enough, I was just talking to my dad about getting them all digitized. It's the tiny little, I can't remember what those tapes are called, but they're basically the size of cassette tapes, but they're videotapes, and we're hopefully going to be digitizing all of them so we can watch them all. Maybe we try to watch them around Christmas time when all my family is together and we're all like able to watch that together. But I like remember Christmas was always really, really fun. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. So there wasn't a lot of like toys and frivolous stuff. Like, I had toys. I had a great childhood. I tell my parents this all the time.
Yeah.
Loved my childhood. Have no bad memories. Like, everything was great. But I remember that specific Christmas, like, we're opening stuff up. Excuse me. We'd always get like our Santa present, which was like a specific pile of presents where it was like a book, a CD, maybe a movie. Not written, no, because we were younger. So we would get movies when we were a little bit older. But it'd be like a book, a CD, and then like socks or something. And it was like really practical, and like that's what we got from Santa, and it was wrapped in this red ribbon. And then my parents would get us like a couple other presents, and it was great. It was like Christmas was always like a great time. It was just fun to be around family and stuff. But I remember it was one of like the last presents I opened. And I like lost my mind. I loved Star Wars so much as a kid. And when I was younger, like that's like episode 1 came out in 99. So like it was like, I mean, I was 5 years old and I was like, this is incredible. I'm a little 5-year-old boy with a lightsaber. Like you cannot stop me. If I was running away from home, of course I'm bringing my lightsaber.
Obviously.
And I just like,
who's going to keep you safe?
Seriously, I gotta have my piece on me. But it was such an incredible gift. And I just like, could not believe that my parents had got it for me. And like I said, I had a couple other gifts that were like that. Like my parents got all of us iPods one year, which I lost my mind. I was like, no way. We all got iPods. And then a couple years after that, after my iPod had been stolen, my parents ended up getting me an iPhone for Christmas my first smartphone, my first iPhone 4S, and I've had pretty much every iPhone since then.
That's fair. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like it was so special to me because it was my favorite like franchise, favorite thing ever. I had that lightsaber for years until it was literally just like the blades had fallen off and it was like nothing anymore. And now I have it in real metal displayed on my wall, and I love it so
Things aren't
much.
going anywhere now.
No way, dude. Aircraft grade aluminum right there, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
And now I want to get 2 more, and it's over $1,000. So I'm like, cool. I want to die.
Collecting, man.
But
It's
talk
tricky.
about Big Frank over there.
Big Frank. Big Frank is one of my favorite. I have a lot because I was heavy in toys.
Yes.
I loved my Spawn toys. You know, I had like a ton of Spawn toys. And then there's of course like toys where you're like, this is gonna be sick in the tub later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Like,
you know,
I can't wait to take a
this
bath
one's
now.
gonna be good in the tub. Yeah, you know what I mean? I have my like Batman toys for the tub. You know, but this toy is cool because when I was a kid I was kind of strange. So I was into like medical things.
Yeah.
So it was cool that I had something I could almost dissect a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was kind of a I don't know the word. Like, I guess a loner as a child. Like, I wouldn't want to play with a lot of people a lot of times. So it was one of those things I could just take and go and do by myself.
Just be
you
by
know what I
yourself,
mean? Yeah,
yeah.
just be with my Frank. And I remember, like, I would carry him around all the time because his hands, like, his arms move. So I could hold his hand and I could, you know,
That's so
have him.
cool.
You know what I mean? So, but, and it was cool because, like, you know, getting something from my dad always was cool. You know what I mean? And my mom, of course. But, like, as a little boy, I think, you know, you kind of, you know, you want stuff from your dad sometimes, which is cool. So it was good. It was definitely something that was like I had forever. I had it for so long. Yeah, and it just, you know, it gets lost in time, you know. But I had like the creepy crawlers, and like I had all like because my dad is super into like horror movies, so like all the like.
Your dad
crazy
and
stuff.
your mom were both into horror.
My
movies,
mom
yeah.
was pretty into horror. My dad was really into horror. My
Yeah.
dad, like, I remember Anthony and my brother Anthony and I, like, we saw, like, the Leprechaun movies when I was probably 8. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, it was.
Which honestly, that's okay.
Yeah,
Like,
you know.
yeah, it's fine. It's so wild and out there. It's like this is totally okay.
It's totally good. And back then, too, it was a little bit tougher, you know, in that sense. So, and it comforts you. Like, your toys kind of comfort you in your times, right? So, it was one of those things, right? Like, I always had him. I had him, you know, when your parents are divorced, I had, like, toys at my mom's and toys at my dad's. So, this was, like, my dad's toy that I would keep at my dad's house and hang, you know what I mean? So, it was cool.
You would like go to your dad's house and be like, all right, Big Frank, let me just get you caught up with
Let's
my
get,
week
yeah, I was
here."
going to say, let's get caught up. Let's dish.
Oh,
For, you know what I mean? Let's dish for the day. But, you know, it was one of those things where, like I said, you want to, you have these emotional attachments to toys. And then when you get them again, it's like, it looks the exact same as I thought it would.
I
You know what
was
mean? It the
a
exact
child
same.
when I
You know what
opened
mean?
this.
Yeah.
We immediately ran outside and I started swinging this around in the
That's the
backyard.
best.
It was so
Yeah.
cool.
It's when you buy a child their favorite gift on Christmas, and all the other gifts just like fall to the wayside. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you'll have all these gifts around you, and you'll be like, yeah, okay, like, these are fine, but, like, I really want to, like, play with this toy
I honestly
right now.
can't
Like,
remember anything else I got pretty much my entire
No.
childhood other than that
yeah,
lightsaber. It
because
was
you're
the
just
most
so
incredible thing.
It's like you're locked in. You go,
Yeah.
it's like there's that. Like I said, you get those toys, man, and you're like totally obsessed. You know what I mean? For
Absolutely.
sure, it's like you idolize that toy almost.
That was so sick.
Why do you think though? people get rid of their toys? Like, or why do you think that, like, I would say the majority of people that are our age or older don't either have any toys.
Yeah.
They certainly won't have their toy that's like their ride or die toy now.
Well, I can say personally for me, I didn't really have any toys from my childhood still in my adulthood. One, because I would just break them all.
Okay.
Like, I would say there's probably like 3 reasons, at least for me and what I kind of see for other people. All my toys were just broken. I would play with them until they were completely destroyed, and I'd still keep playing with them until we'd be like, all right, it's time to throw this out. My parents were the kind of parents that were like, hey, this is kind of done. Maybe we're done with this. And I'd be like, nah, it's still got some play in it. No.
Still got a little pizzazz.
It's still got a little, what's homeboy called? Zip. He's still got some zippy zap in it.
Zippy zap sauce on it.
I think I just stepped on Carla a little bit.
Come
gentle.
on,
I just
dude.
kind of like said
He's my
hello with
baby.
my foot. That's one reason. Another reason, maybe people are like trying to pretend like they're grown up, and they're like, I don't want like, psh, that's dumb. Like toys are silly. They're superfluous. I'm like, are you kidding? What? I
Yeah.
want to like, what else can bring you such joy than
agree.
like something like that? I don't really have a lot in my life that brings me joy like toys, like tech, like now that I'm an adult, and like tech, anything like technology wise, like pretty much any Apple product I will get super excited over, and I will want to play with it and take it out and kind of run it through its paces and be like, all right, like let's see what this is going. Another reason I think a lot of people don't have their toys, one of the main reasons why I don't have a lot of my toys, I used to be really into Legos, and I then recently became back into Legos, and I gave all of my Legos to my cousin's son, and he played with them his whole childhood. He's 14, 15 now, maybe?
Oh, it's pretty young still.
Yeah, he's still pretty young, but I think he's like in the point now that I was, like, oh yeah, Legos, no big deal.
Right.
And now I cannot go to Target without looking at the Lego section.
For sure.
But yeah, I gave all of my Legos to him because I was like, you know what? Like I had so much fun with this. I don't really have a need for these right now. I'll give them back to him, which I know there are some pieces and some certain like figures in that giant tub of Legos that are worth thousands of dollars. Like I have one of like
What's
the original.
your cousin's name again?
My cousin's name?
Yeah.
Rebecca. I think she goes by Rebecca. We all called her Becky, but then we were told at her wedding.
Becky, if you're listening to this, you're sitting on a gold mine. Get on eBay. Take those photos.
I told Becky, I was like, maybe I could have those back. And she's like, well, we took all of Coben's Legos and your Legos and we just put them all together in a big witch's brew. I was like, maybe I could just look through for like 4
You're like, I'm going
pieces.
to burn your house down. How's that?
No, her house is so nice. No, I want like, I would want those pieces back just to have them for me. I probably wouldn't sell them unless things got like really bad. And then I'd be like, all right,
I need to liquidate my Legos.
I need to do that regardless. I just don't have room for my Legos anymore. But yeah, I just like, it got to the point where I was like, I am not going to get as much joy out of these as my cousin's young son. So I'm going to give these to him. I'm going to pass on the joy that I had to somebody else. And I think that's another reason why a lot of people don't have their toys anymore. They like gave them away. Or, they just, like I said before, they just kind of think that they're like, I don't need toys. I'm an adult, yada, yada, which is just silly. When you're an adult, you can get the best toys.
True.
Or you get like ski-doos and jet skis, and those are your new toys. Oakleys. Well, yeah, you like can't even see on a jet ski unless you're wearing Oakleys, right?
I don't think you can even purchase one. If you
I don't think you're allowed.
I don't
Thank
think
God
so.
I have a pair of Oakleys.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
You have 2 pairs or 3
I have
pairs?
2 pairs.
2 pairs.
So far.
I bought you one. Not really.
Not really. Yeah.
I got you 50% off on one.
You did.
Why do you think people don't have toys in their older years? If you want to get into it.
Well, I think the main 2 would be like life happens, right? Of course.
Yeah.
So like you either lose it in a move or you just lose interest in it, and then over time you're totally fine with like getting rid of it. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you haven't played with it in, let's say, 3 years or whatever it has been. I think the other one would say like fear of judgment. Fear of judgment.
Yeah.
You have friends over and you have I don't know, your Teddy that you've always had. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And people are annoying. So people would make fun, or maybe they wouldn't, but maybe you'd be afraid that they would.
Yeah, you're like,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I love this thing so much, but I don't want anyone else to know how much I love this.
Right. Or like you have like a potential suitor over. Mm-hmm. You don't want them, you know what I mean? You don't want them to be like, wow, this guy still has his toys. You know what I mean? Like at the time, because when you're younger, you're like impressionable. So like, you know, when you're younger, you're like, you come up with so many different scenarios in your head of like how people could judge you and make fun of you that are never going to happen realistically. So then I think you just kind of like hide them, or you like are just like, ooh, I should get rid of this, or I should give it back to my parents. They'll just like hang on to it for me. I would do that a lot. I'd be like, hang on to this because I know I'm gonna, you know, it's like putting it in a safety deposit box. You know what I mean? Like
I would tell my parents over and over, throw this shit away, have your own house, be done with this.
No, dude.
And then they wouldn't, and then I'd be so happy.
No, their job is to store my things until I'm just kidding. I think, but it's one of those things where, like, over time, I've noticed, at least personally, that like people that get older though, they buy toys again.
Oh yeah,
it's like this cycle. Unless you're like totally a boring person, like you eventually, because what brings me to the next point really is like you're going to be nerdy about something.
Yeah,
it could be something that is not considered nerdy. But you personally could still be nerdy about said thing.
Oh yeah,
right. So like it could be nerdy about sports. You know what I'm saying? You could be nerdy about any. You could be nerdy about
know
anything.
all the stats and like.
You can be nerdy about cars, motorcycles.
I know so many people that are nerdy
right.
about cars.
So like, but it's necessary. I think nerdy people, myself included and yourself included, it's necessary because like what I came to the realization of is like nerdy people are just passionate people.
Exactly.
They're super passionate about like whatever they're into, like crazy passionate, over to the point where like they've all usually become like experts on that thing.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like you're playing D&D and you're hella into this D&D thing. You could probably tell me like literally every possible facet of that game, which is cool. You know
and
what I mean?
would love for somebody to do that for me because I really want to get into it.
I would definitely play. We should get on a team. Anyone listening, if you have a team. A team of people. Of like-minded people, you know.
Oh man, I want to do it.
But yeah, they're just passionate people, and I think a lot of times you get like when you're younger, you get chastised for that because like people don't know what they're going to be passionate about yet, so they judge you because they're like, how could you possibly be like this passionate about something right now?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like a scary thing for a lot of people, and like. Usually the things that you were nerdy about to begin with, you are still going to be nerdy about as an adult. Now you just have more money and you have more means to do cooler things with it, so you can buy cooler things. Case in point, like I'm super nerdy about James Bond stuff. Yeah. I have a ton of James Bond memorabilia that's like
original posters, like really, really cool shit.
Super nerdy stuff, but like really cool for in the right setting, right? Yeah. Like so like again, and I'm not ashamed of it because like that's who I am as a person.
Yeah.
It like is part of me as a person. Big Frank is part of me as a person. You know, I'll display these kind of things because it's important.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to have passion. You want to be passionate.
Seriously,
you know,
just give a damn about.
Yeah, and if you like it, you like it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You can't help it. Even if you don't want to like something that you like it. If you like Nickelback. You just like Nickelback. There's that people can make fun of you all you want, but like you can't help that you like that music. Definitely. It's just how it is. You get what I'm saying? So like it's the same with anything. So like I think that like when it comes to that, you know, you want to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you just I don't know. That's, you know.
I like what I like. And honestly, if you're not going to be on board, and if I have to like hide stuff about me, like when you said like you have somebody that could be a potential partner, like come over and you want to like hide stuff from that person, then you're never going to be able to have a relationship with that person because you want to be able to be solely you with that person.
Right. And you want to be able to find someone that is also interested in things you like.
You know
if
how
you don't have those, you don't share them, then you'll never find that person, of course. You know, or a friend. You don't have to be a lover. You can be
it can be any type of
like,
you know how pumped I am when like literally like 3 people have been over to my house, but you know how excited I am to show them my giant Lego collection, or like my movie. I don't have like a lot of like physical movies, but I have like digital movies and like all my art that I have hung up. It like just shows all of my passions. I'm like, yeah, this is fully who I am, and like here it all is, and like look how cool this is. Where are you going?
checking to see if there's a dog behind me before I scoot back.
Just,
in this house, it's kind of crazy.
Honestly.
We should probably.
I was going to say.
We should probably start this. Oh yeah. So do you want to run through it, or do you want me to run through it really quick?
Like run through
Like what we're doing right now. What our idea
I think you
is.
should.
Okay. So we had this idea that I think is kind of cool. We're gonna play around with editing, see how we can do this. But basically, what we're going to be doing every so often, I would say, we'll be playing a game while we're talking. We'll have a camera over said game, and you can watch our gameplay as we talk. Just as like a relaxing thing. Like I like to watch people do certain things, and like I think it'd be kind of cool for people that have anxiety or people that just want to relax and like see some cool
just
stuff.
hang out with us, yeah.
Right. So you're basically just hanging out playing with us.
Yeah. And you're going to see how bad I am at Scrabble.
You're pretty good.
And how many 2 to 3 letter
You're pretty good.
2 to 3 letter words I'm going to put out there. All right.
Okay, so what I was saying though is that like we will be playing this game or a game every so often. We'll probably give you a little heads up, you know, at the end
Next
of some
week,
episode.
it's a
Yeah,
game
exactly.
week.
Yeah. If anyone wants to see us play specific games, I'm open to that as well. So
Let
if
us
anyone
know.
wants to, let us know, please.
Also, if you generally listen to our podcast and now you want to watch it, it would be a great idea to either watch us on Spotify or you can watch us on YouTube as well. YouTube and Spotify. We're also, if you're just kind of a listener type gal, that would be Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
But yeah, who's going to go first?
I don't care. Do you want to
I'll go first.
go first? Yeah. This is cool. So people are looking down at this board.
So we can see this.
This is an old Scrabble board. It was originated in 48, but this board I think is from the 70s or 80s. They don't make this type of board anymore. I'm going to show you on this camera, but it's an oscillating board.
Oscillating?
Oscillating. Rotating board. It's like a lazy Susan.
And
if
like
you
it's
will.
not like my
you can't do anything. And then it has little pieces here so your pieces don't slip around.
Yeah, so like you can throw it in there.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
There. It's not
Very cool.
moving.
So that's nice.
Swing it around. It's really cool.
Anyways, though, go ahead, Ben. I'm going to keep talking really quick.
All right,
if that's okay with you.
You please keep talking because I got to
take
think
the ball
really
and run
quick.
with this really quick. So
might as well.
I wanted to talk about. We talked about how Ben and I got each other gifts. I wanted to share something with everybody because it's a good idea for everyone. Okay, so anyway, so a couple Christmases ago, I was having a really hard time looking for a gift for my mom. My mom is like one of those people like that, you know, she doesn't ask for anything, of course, because she's a mom. And she also has everything that she wants, you know, because she's an adult like everybody, right? So like it's like same with me, right? Like if I don't have something, it's either because I can't afford it or I don't really want it. And I'm not going to ask somebody for a gift that I personally cannot afford. That would be kind of obnoxious to me, you know, to do. So my mother has all these things in her house, and you know, I don't want to get her anything that she doesn't need or things that she's going to have to store or pretend to like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I had like, you know, a think tank, you know, for myself, and I'm thinking. And again, this question has always risen in my mind is like, what is your favorite toy? And well, when I was a kid and I still growing up, my mom would always talk about this. My mom apparently wasn't a Barbie person. So my mom would have this let's call it an action figure called Johnny West. It's like a cowboy, and like he has like clothes and like pots and pans and guns, and he's got a horse, and like you can dress him, and like he can wear different stuff and like whatever. So every time she would talk about this randomly, like all the time. You know, I love this Johnny West toy. He's so cool. Like, you know, all this stuff. Okay, so, and I'm like, man, you know, again, me being the eBay guy I am, I'm like, let me check this out. You know, let me check this out. So it's from like 69 or something like that. Like it's not like, it's like an old toy. It's really cool. You know, it took me a couple months, and I go and I finally find this toy. You know, I find it in its original,
which is wild.
You know, I find it in this original, you know, box. The box is a beautiful box. It's like really cool. It's really dated, right?
Yeah.
It's in pristine condition. It's got all the clothes. It's got all the guns. It's not scratched up. It looks
That's
really
the
nice.
wild. I
So
get like
great.
it's always so wild when you find a toy and it actually has everything with it.
I agree. Especially a toy that's like so old.
Seriously,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's insane. It's almost 60 years old at this point.
Jeez, oh Pete's.
So I find this toy and I'm like, ooh, I don't know, is this the right toy? So I do the math for her birthday and like how old she would have been, and like I'm like, yeah, this is the one. This is definitely the toy. Then I go a step farther. Then I'm like, okay, let me look at vintage children's wrapping paper from the 60s to wrap this in, because what I want to do right now is, because what I've already decided at that moment was like, again, I'm gifting her a memory. You know, I'm gifting her this experience that she had like forever ago that like, you know, she could possibly relive to an extent as an adult.
Yeah.
So I find, you know, on like Etsy or something, I find like, you know, these really cool children's wrapping paper. So I wrap this gift and it's ready to go, and you know, it's Christmas. And she looks at the thing, she looks at the wrapping, and she's like, you know, what is this? You know, like and I'm like, you know, just take it, you know, take a look and see, you know, okay. So she starts unwrapping this thing, and you know, she sees the box and she just like, her face, it was like so worth it. It was so worth it. It was worth looking. It was worth the work. It was worth, you know, the finding the paper. And I'll tell you what, like it was just like a little kid when you get them that favorite gift. Every time she'd get a gift, she got it, but she'd keep coming back to Johnny West every single time, all the time. Like, and I thought that was such a cool gift because, like, again, like she would never buy that again for herself. But it's like one of those things that I'm sure that she still is so satisfied that she still owns it right now.
Seriously.
You know? So it's something where, like, I would say that, like, if you have a loved one or you have a friend, someone you care about, and you don't know what to get them, instead of thinking about something, let's say, superficial, something that they might already have or had, or something that, like I said before, they'll just store away, or, like, maybe, you know, maybe they'll be happy about it, but, you know, whatever. I would always highly recommend thinking outside of the box and thinking about, like, okay, like maybe just randomly at lunch or hanging out on the couch, just say, you know, what was your favorite toy as a kid? Like, what would you, you know, and like, and just kind of store that in your memory bank, you know?
Yeah.
And
you always want to get like all those favorites. It's just really helpful to know that for your loved ones.
100%. And it also gives you a good idea of like what kind of person they are. Like, what were they into? What are they into? And let me tell you, like I said, watching them open that and their reaction, it'll be a gift to you as well.
The best thing.
It'll be a gift to you as well, you know? Yeah, toys are like that. Toys are weird because, like I said, they get you through hard times. You know,
they get you through hard times, and they're honestly like they are like ageless. Like you don't have to be a certain age. I know, like, you know, funny thing, like all the toys are like, oh, from this age to this age, or like games will be like this age to this age. How about I can just play with them as long as I want? Like
100%.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Like there are Lego sets that I buy that are like ages 6 to 12, and I was like, well, I am a whole 28 years old, and I am loving my life right now playing this.
Yeah. I like it. I like board games a lot. I feel like I think that's something that I would say too, is that like, I think, you know, do you think like, you know, just hypothetically and philosophically speaking, do you think it's like important for somebody to like still have a childlike outlook on things a little bit?
I think to a certain extent, to really like fully enjoy yourself, I don't think you want to like ever just be so serious all the time. You want to have like some passions, some enjoyment of things, and like you want to have like a good, you know, positive outlook and like a joyful outlook on certain things. I don't think like everything should always be like childlike ignorance. Like I think you should still like, you know, have a good head on your shoulders, but sometimes you just need to like suspend disbelief and like just enjoy yourself. Like anytime I go to the movie theater, like I am fully like anything that happens I'm gonna love. Any movie I've ever seen at the movie theater I've enjoyed the hell out of, because I'm just like in that childlike wonder and like I want to just enjoy this and have a good time and just like fully like be into it and give into it, you know?
Yeah, you're like in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, I always think about how, like, I'm sure a lot of people, especially in Michigan, you know, I grew up at my dad's a lot, like, in the woods. And I would, you know, there's no paths in the woods, right? So you would have to, you'd be like, you know, I remember this specific tree, right? Like, I know exactly what this tree looks like. It's got like 2 knots on the side. It's got like a broken branch on the side. You know, when we get to this tree, you know, we turn right.
Yeah.
And then we go to this rock here.
That's how I feel like my dad drives anywhere.
Yeah, right?
He has no idea where he's going. He just knows, like, this is it.
Well, they
This is the way
say
to
that
go.
when you're a kid, like, you do that. But as you get older, your brain does this thing where it's basically like every tree is a tree. It doesn't matter what it looks like, because and it's like when you are, you know, let's say you've lived in your neighborhood for 25 years and you know, you leave your driveway and you go down your neighborhood every day, right, to go to work. Could you tell me exactly what every single house looks like on your block still? Probably
At
not.
all. Dude, there's still
Right?
I take the same drive to work every single day. I don't.
Because
You just, yeah.
as an adult, you basically develop blinders. You just have these blinders that, like, because it doesn't matter. Like, to your brain, it's not a threat. It's not anything, right? Like, so
Yeah.
your brain just does this thing where it's basically like, look straight. Don't look through things. Don't look at things. Don't, like, see landmarks, because you're an adult. You don't need to
Yeah.
do that anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of, like, recently, like, I was thinking about that, and I try to actually not do that now as an adult, where I'll be like, okay, like, what do these trees look like in my park? You know, or
Yeah.
what are when you know, like, what is this path looking like? Or when I'm driving, you know, like, what does the sky look like right now? You know what I mean? Like, because in those little changes actually
Are you okay with
keep
this?
you. I don't even know what that
Bruv.
is.
Like,
I mean, if it's in the dictionary, then I'm
so
fine
I
with it.
typed it in my iPad and it has the red line underneath it. But it's like, you all right, bruv? It's English.
All right, well,
My iPad's from America. It doesn't know
I guess
English.
we're just playing cavalier with.
We
this game
really
today.
are, and I need to.
Not
Because
we aren't.
We.
but
That's a triple letter.
yeah.
369.
Damn, they fine.
Do I get the points for this or no? Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, I'm asking a real question. Okay, cool. That's 15 points, bruh. Bruv. See how well it works?
Yeah, but, you know, like I said, I know I'm kind of going off the deep end here, but basically, like, you know, don't always follow the crowd. You know, and always look and see what's going on, you know, because you get so lost in being an adult sometimes that, like, you kind of lose that childlike wonder.
Yeah.
Kids have that sense of awe, you know, still, that you'll look at something and you're like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my whole life. This is like
Seriously.
the greatest day I'm going to ever have in my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think it would do people well, like, good to still have somewhat of that sense. I mean, you don't have to be like, act like you're 6 every day, but, you know, in the sense of, like, you know, maybe take a look outside. Maybe take a look at your yard. Maybe take a look at your neighborhood and try to, like, really think about what things look like and try to remember.
Yeah.
You know, trying to, like, have that practice. You know, nobody wants to hang out with somebody that's a wet blanket. You know, you want to have
Seriously.
some sort of childlike tendencies. I think you want to look at things in a funny way. This is not a serious thing, this life. I'd say it's, you know, romantic comedy. In a sense, you know, you want to have that, like, you want to have that comedic viewpoint, I think, you know, and it's good to deal with things like that. And like I said, if you think, you know, if you listen to this and you're like, God, man, now I'm thinking about that toy, go online, look at that toy,
buy it.
look at that damn toy, because you know what? Not only does it look the exact same that you think it looks right now, but it's probably cheap as hell. It's probably really cheap. It's probably worth it. You know, my friend Rachel said to me one time that has always stuck in my head, you know, I'll spend $20 on literally anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah. You know, like, how many things do I buy that are $20? I don't even think about it. Yeah, boom. It's $20. Ugh, yeah, I'll buy that. Think about that, though. Think about your toy that you're just like, what if this toy is $12.99 on eBay? It's like with free shipping. Come on, dude. Get that toy. Get that toy for your spouse. Get that toy for your friend. You know, open that memory up. Make your friend think and appreciate you. You know, because it'll be good. It'll be a good thing to do. Ben chose Cry.
I also just need to apologize really quick. I'm so bad at multitasking, and it is a nightmare for me to play this game and talk at the same time. I am so bad at it.
Soy bad. You're doing pretty good right now, honestly.
I'm just saying yeah a lot.
I just got bread out because I'm hungry still, so I put bread on the table.
I'm so happy I'm not hungry right now.
Really?
I was starving earlier today, and I'd already eaten all the calories I was supposed to. This is
calories.
also difficult for me to do. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ben's counting.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great job.
But anyways, Toys was a weird movie. And that being said too, of course I have a quote here. The quote to the day is going to be, "Great is the human who has not lost his childlike heart."
Honestly.
It is, because like I said, that's a really important. Don't take things too seriously, because they're not serious. Nothing is permanent. Everything is a joke in a sense. You can't go through life taking everything so seriously, because it'll eat you alive.
Seriously, you can't take it too serious.
Seriously, though, you can't take it too seriously.
But let's talk about the fact that I seriously cannot think of any words right now. I'm so bad at this.
It's not a fork. It's not a spoon. Something in between.
It's a fapoon. What is that from?
Fapoon. I don't remember what that's from. Oh, it's from Key and Peele.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah.
We'll
Anyways, that's all I had for that. That's my toy spiel.
I'm about it.
Giving gifts is an art form, Also too, to all those people out there that like our last minute gift givers. Shame on you. Shame on you. Take notes all year, as I do, in your phone, in a notebook. I like to use a notebook because I'm a little bit more of an old dog. I like to get that notebook out. One time I was driving, and I had. This is a good story for our viewers. One time I was driving, and I always carry a notebook on me that I get ridiculed for on a regular basis.
Because you have a computer in your pocket, too.
Well, this man, this beast of a man.
Beast to everybody.
Did you go?
Yeah, chin.
All right.
Bitch.
This beast of a man sideswipes my car. He looks at me in the eyes. He looked like he locked eyes with me.
Also, did you just look at the lens or the
I don't know what
monitor?
I looked at.
Brand new this week, we have a giant monitor on top of the camera, and I love it.
It's huge.
It makes me so happy.
He sideswipes me. I look at him. He looks at me, and he's like, basically might as well have just mouthed F you to me. And then he just peels out of the light. And I'm being the guy that I am. I peeled out with him. I followed him down there.
And Shay starts writing a meanly worded letter.
I wrote a poem in my car. I'm just kidding.
Oh, boy, man. I am so very angry.
We're both just going through neighborhoods, running stop signs. I'm running after him. I felt kind of like Liam Neeson's.
Liam's Neeson's?
Yeah, dude. I almost did.
He had taken your car?
I felt like Liam's. And
whoa, hey, Vic.
I'm going through these neighborhoods, and I finally get close to him. What do? I pull out my handy-dandy notebook. I write down that bastard's license plate.
You write down, "You okay?"
Yeah.
Hold it up. "You okay?"
I wrote it down. I looked it up, followed him home, beat him to death with a bat. I'm just kidding.
Oh, my gosh.
I called the police. I pulled over, called the police, and guess what? That guy hit people like 3 times that week, and they got to his house, and I'm sure they put him to death. On the spot. On the spot.
No habeas corpus. Just
yeah, dude.
They
gotta be prepared.
They habeased his corpus right there.
Gotta be prepared. Everybody thinks they're waterproof till the storm comes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You ready for this right now?
Tell me now. Let's see it. Let's see what you got. You're such a good person. It's wild how good of a person you are.
What did I get? 21.
You didn't get anything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Oh,
just playing.
Just playing our game now.
Do you think I could get any more vowels?
I don't know.
It's gonna make it really interesting when we get closer to the end of this game.
Yeah, right, dude. I'm gonna win this game every time.
You are. Right now, as we speak, Lion was the first single-digit points that you got, so that's great for you. Oh, you're so fast too. Make me feel worse.
Well,
Why are you way up there?
Well, people, I went to this like really elite school, so my brain
Schoolcraft College.
S-craft
That's not one word.
mindset.
I'm challenging you right now.
Challenge me.
My challenge has been rescinded. Well, now I have to add all this up. Oh God, that's a double letter. So 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 26. Get out of my face.
Sometimes, it's exhausting being me, but it's fine.
It's exhausting being around you too.
I want to talk really quick too about current plans of world domination. This weekend This weekend it was Astronomicon, which is basically a horror convention. It's really cool because you get to meet like actors from like different movies that you like horror movies. They sell like toys, masks, merch. You can have like pictures taken with these people. I've had a few pictures, and so has Ben. Of people.
I have a picture with the actor who played Michael Myers in the new Halloween movies, and in that movie he looks so tall. I'm like a good.
He's
6
also
to
the
8
shape
inches.
in the older ones too.
He is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what was cooler about him to me. But yeah,
like the older one's not like the first one. He wasn't in the first
he's in
one.
a good amount of them though.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that because I'm a fake fan.
Well, Kane Hodder is Jason Voorhees, but he's not Jason Voorhees in all of them. But he is him in the majority of them.
Oh, okay.
So there's like that kind of. They're too old. There's so many of them that there can't be one dude. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, Kane Hodder is Jason and Jason X, which is obviously the best one that they have by far. But anyways,
with another one. There you go.
Astronomicon. Is something that would be really cool. And if you don't like horror movies, it's still really cool to go because it's definitely something that's cool for people watching. They definitely have cool stuff. And again, it's just nerdy. It's fun. Nerdy stuff is always fun.
We're going to be doing a lot of people watching.
We are going to be. As
of right now, we're recording this on a Tuesday, and this weekend, the weekend that just passed, because this comes out on a Monday morning, the Motor City Tattoo Convention is also on Saturday. So we're going to go there for 20, 30 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's you know what? It's just, you do it so many times, you only can do a lap so many times, right?
Yeah. So I'm just going to see my friends.
My friends. I don't have any friends.
Cool. Fuck my drag.
Watch your profanity.
If I get one more vowel, I'm quitting the game.
I would like you to quit the game.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's it. That's episode 4, everybody. Toys.
But yeah, anyways, that's happening. And then I also want to...
I think it's funny that we've gotten a good amount into this episode and we haven't talked about your newest toy collection, which is right above that doorway right there. And I want you to spend some time speaking on it.
My newest toy collection is going to be cheesy. It's going to be Funko Pop figures.
Dude, they're the best.
I can't stop because I've said this before and I'll say it again. The thing about those Funko Pops is even if you're not into those or you're not into collecting things, they will make one that is just emotionally
you
so important that you should own it. You'd be so surprised at the amount of them that they have. And I am notoriously a collector of things. I love collecting things. I'm not a hoarder. But I do like collecting things, especially things of value. I do like collecting. I collect original movie posters.
You've got some really good ones.
I've got some really cool ones. I don't even just collect original movie posters. I have magician posters. I have all sorts of really cool posters. We just actually stumbled upon this really cool app. It's called iCollect. And that app is for collections of all kinds.
Yeah.
So you can put, what Ben was saying when we set up, you collect bobbleheads. You could put your bobbleheads in there. You could collect T-shirts, which I do. You could put your T-shirts in there, and you could, all these cool things. Well, I also collect movies like Blu-ray and DVDs.
Yeah.
That's something that I've always collected as a child with my brother.
Approximately how many do you have?
Approximately, I know the exact number. So there. Let me backtrack for 2 seconds. So that app, the cool thing about it is with movies is like you can just scan the barcode of the movie. So like if which is so satisfying to do because it does a beep, it does that little noise.
Does a little beep.
Yeah. So you scan it and it puts it in and it alphabetizes it and it puts it into genre and subgenre and like tells you the synopsis and who the director is and how old it is, like how long it is, and like it's crazy.
Super sick.
It's so cool, right? So and I've always wanted to do that because when I buy DVDs,
what did you play?
oh, I didn't play yet. When I buy DVDs, I always do the thing where I'm like, do I have this or do I not have this? And then I buy it, and then I have 3
and you have
copies.
7
of it.
copies of
Yeah.
it.
So I'm so sick of doing that. So we did that. So we do this on this app, and I'm like, we're about to do them all, and I'm like, how many do you think I have right now? And Ben's like, I don't know, like 400. And I was like, I don't know. I think I have more than 400. Let's say I'm gonna go for 500 or 600. We scan them. We're doing it till like 11:30 at night.
It took 2 days to scan them all.
And then I scan the rest in the morning. I have 683. Yeah, 683 movies in my possession. Everyone that's listening that has made fun of me or told me that it's not worth owning. How many people last week lost power in internet for like 4 days?
And guess what you were doing?
I had a library alphabetized of every movie that's probably ever been made that's worth a watch that I could just go back and watch. I had a hell of a time. I had a ball.
Great few days.
I had a great few days. Okay, that's why I stumbled upon toys. That's why this episode is even a thing right now.
Yeah, because I don't know. I didn't even know what movie we were gonna watch when we were because we knew we wanted to play a game like while we were doing it.
Yeah,
but I don't know what we were gonna watch. But thank God you found that.
I don't even know what movie we're gonna watch
Just kidding.
next. I haven't even. I'm not sure. We need to talk about that too. But
we do.
And if people have suggestions of movies, I'm open to that because 9 times out of 10 I'll own it, and then we can dive into a weird conversation about other things. So I'm always down for that.
Yeah, like, oh, what do you want to get away? You are vile. What do you want to talk about? Are you kidding me?
I'm dead serious.
Why are you so mean to me?
I'm just a good player.
5, 6, 7, 14, whatever, dude. Yeah, like we're gonna watch Harry Potter. What do you think we're gonna talk about in Harry Potter? The origin of black cats and witchcraft. Okay, dude.
And advanced science.
True. Aliens got in there a little bit.
Oh, you just wait because I've got a lot of. I have so many lists. I have a list of movies that I want to go over that I'm not going to share with any of you.
Yeah.
So like, it's all mine. But they're good movies, anyways. Yeah. So iCollect is a good app. People, if you collect things and you want to catalog them, it's a great app to use. So,
well, that's the thing. Everything I collect knives. I could like have a photo collection of all my knives, but that would be silly. I collect Legos, and I just use the Lego app. And I gently collect Funko Pops. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 9 of them.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours are so cool.
I do have some pretty good ones out there. Top tier ones, in my opinion, that I have. Imhotep from The Mummy is obviously quite up there.
Sick.
I recently got Steve Irwin, which is
that
like,
one is one of my favorite ones that you have.
Rest in Power King. Seriously.
If you had to say your favorite one, which one would it be?
Oh,
because I have my favorite of yours. Okay,
it's going to be really hard for me to do that. I would say that my 2 favorites that I have would be Tony Soprano.
Love him.
We'll get into that show at some point because we both have seen
that. Wasn't a real bang, I promise.
That's definitely a show we'll get into at some point. If you've got 3 hours to listen to a podcast. And but my favorites are going to be Tony Soprano, and then I have 3 James Bond ones because, again, I'm crazy about that stuff. So I have Sean Connery.
Is that how it started?
Yes.
Well, yeah, because you had the pop figure of one of the James Bonds.
Ben got it for me. You got me the
That wasn't the first one you had.
Yeah, it was.
No, because you had the one in the bookshelf in the kitchen. Which one was that?
No, you know what?
Huh.
My first pop figure that I ever got was actually James Tiberius Kirk.
Yes, that was the one that you had in the bookshelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that one first. So it was Captain Kirk. And then I don't remember. I don't know. But my favorites are going to be Sean Connery as James Bond. That's a good one. It's a rare one now, which is really cool. And then
Super
Tony
sick.
Soprano, which was an exclusive that I got on.
Did I got you the Sean Connery one?
You got me Sean Connery. I have Roger Moore and Pierce Brosnan though, and those ones I got after the fact, which I love those two.
That's
course.
the thing.
Yeah.
I think me getting you the Bond one kind of started the serious collection.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I had no pop figures and I was like, I don't want to get into this. I know I'm going to like get way too crazy on this. And then my friend Jake got me Cleaning Levi from Attack on Titan. And I was like, okay, this is going to be my one. This is perfect. This is all I want. And then I got a pop figure of Michael Myers and got it signed by the actor who plays Michael Myers in the new movies. And that I really love. I have it in a little case. And also, let's dip into this for a second. I didn't know that it was like proper to like have people sign your name on stuff because then it shows that you're not going to sell it. Sir, that plays Michael Myers, if you're watching our podcast, I still have it. I asked you not to put my name on it because I didn't want you to ruin this with my name, but I still have it and I will never sell that. I have it forever and ever. I promise. I will never get rid of it.
Yeah, that's lowbrow. That's considered very
Get
lowbrow.
off my ass. I didn't know that, okay? I need to see him again so I can tell him that I still have it.
You just show it to him. He's like, I've never seen you before my whole life.
Probably not. He had a hard time hearing me and I had to shout at him and I felt bad.
It's because he's taken so many bullets and bats and stuff to the face.
Seriously.
He doesn't have any drums left.
Earlobes left.
Earlobe is left.
I don't know what to do.
But yeah. But we'll be at Astronomicon. I will probably talk about that. And if we have photos, which we probably will.
Probably.
We will share those on our Instagram,
Definitely.
I'm thinking, for sure. But yeah, anyways, we'll be doing that. I also do plan on going to Motor City Comic Con in May. I've never been.
I'm so excited for that.
very excited.
Because
for that.
what was the one that we tried to go to that really didn't work out well?
Yumacon.
Yumacon. We tried to go to Yumacon and we literally went there
It just
as they
fell
were
through.
ending.
Yeah.
And it was
We did go. We did go.
We
Yeah,
went.
Yeah.
And we literally went when there was like an hour and a half left. All the vendors were closed. Everything was closed. And we just saw a lot of people walking around in really awesome
It was an
cosplay.
upset.
And we were like, shoot.
It was an upset.
Well, we ended up paying more in parking than and it was so frustrating.
I was upset.
We didn't plan it out very well.
That was our bad. Yeah. But next time, we'll go for it. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. We have a few friends and coworkers that dress up really well, go to that. So I'm excited to do that. Like I said, all that nerd stuff, you got to jump on it, guys. Jump on that nerd stuff for sure.
Seriously.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, that being said, I think we're going to wrap this up today. I don't want it to be too long-winded.
I'm also so trash at it. I'm really trying.
Clash.
Okay?
I want people to let us know how you like this board game situation, or if you want us to play other board games. We will be posting the score on either our story or our Instagram feed. I also was going to say, if anybody is listening to this and you have your toy, or you can find a photo of your toy, please send it to us and we'll post it on our story.
Seriously.
And tag you in it, because then people can see your toys. Because I would like that. I would like to see other people's favorite toys. That would be really interesting for me.
If you have like an original one from your childhood, or you like rebought something or like anything like that, send them over.
Send them over.
So cool.
Yeah, let's see them.
I'm gonna personally call out Dennis because I know Dennis has really cool. He probably
Dennis.
has really cool stuff.
Throw
and I
those
want him
toys
to.
out, Dennis.
Let us know. Show us.
Dennis is great.
Love him to death.
Yeah, he's good. Anyways, if you have any board game suggestions, any suggestions that you want us to do, any movies, anything like that, we're always open for that. I love talking. I love talking about like weird things. So please let us know and we'll jump on that. But I hope everybody has a good night tonight. Thank you for watching and listening.
Absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to hearing about your favorite toys. And if you don't have them, get them.
Seriously,
If you don't know what to get people, get them their toys. Bring those damn toys back. All right? All right. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys soon. Let you know how everything goes this weekend.
and we'll let you know how badly Chase beat me in this game of Scrabble.
It's a toss-up right now. It's anybody's game
It
right
is.
now. It's anybody's game
I'm
right
looking at the score. It is not a toss-up, sis.
now. Alrighty. All right. Well, good night, good afternoon, good morning,
Good
and
evening.
take
Good
care,
day.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.